Hi, I'm Gavin. I'm going to talk to you today about another contact camera. The first video I made was about the Contax RTS. This is fundamentally what they did next. Now, the RTS did incredibly well. It was well received. It was a superb professional camera. But obviously, it's a business. So Contact Yashica manufacturers, they needed to place another product into the market which would sell to a different type of audience. So they came out with an amazing, it's a great camera, an amazing little camera, and it's called the Contax 139Q, which is this. Now, what is it? Basically, it's sort of like, it feels, you immediately think it's a cut down version of the RTS, which would sort of be true. But what happened inside this was they made some major advancements in timing technology. And so this has quartz timing, where the original RTS doesn't have, which makes its timing incredibly accurate. Also, what they did was it's a lot smaller, it's lightweight, its top shutter speed's only 1/1000th. But it's a much more compact package. It's just as capable in many ways. There's certain things it doesn't have like a mirror lockup and stuff like that. But it's a great camera. I mean, I can't say enough. If you're sort of getting into film photography, I know there's like an internet load of cameras you can get, and they're like Olympus and all this. They're all great, but this is really good. This camera is really good, not just from a learning the basics, aperture priority, basics type point of view, but because it's of the lenses. Now, as I previously stated, all these cameras, the Contax, can take CY mount, which is basically a Contact Yashica merger of technology. Contact were actually responsible for with Pentax for the M mount years ago as well. So they produced this line of Zeiss lenses. Now, obviously, they are moderately expensive. They're not the cheapest lenses you can buy. So if you're starting out, you sort of get stuck with this situation. If you go down the Nikon route, there's certain lenses which are amazing, and the prices start to fly around a little bit. I mean, I know there's certain Olympus lenses which have got stupid pricing on them. This is all to do with them being rehoused for cinema. Anyway, with this, you've got so many options with the lenses, because at a similar time to this, Yashica were releasing a line of cameras as well, which are similar but not the same, but they both have the CY mount. And the lenses for some of those are amazing, and you can get them absolutely dirt cheap. Got one here. This is the Yashica 28mm ML. It's a great lens, and that will fit on this. So you've got two great lens manufacturers making fantastic lenses. Then you've got third parties, and then you've got something really clever. There's a company, I'll do a whole video on this because it's really handy to have the adapters for these. Adaptable. Adaptable basically made a ring mount. You can sort of see this thing here, hopefully. Is it going to focus? Probably not, because it's shiny. Okay. They made a set of lenses that have multiple adapters on the back, and obviously this one for CY mount. So you've not just got all the Zeiss lenses you can have, all the Yashica lenses you can use, you've now got the entire range of adaptable. Now, some of these are stellar lenses, the adaptable lenses, and thankfully, no one's really caught onto that one yet. Well, they probably will. They can get them for literally a sum. One of the zooms that I've got, which is an adaptable zoom, is absolutely on par with some of the best zooms I've ever used. And I think I got it for 50 quid. So, I mean, there's real bargains to be had. But my point is, with the Contax, you've got a lot of versatility on lenses you can use. The 139Q is a great, portable, wonderful little camera. And if you start buying these, you'll end up with more Contact cameras, because you'll sort of get what's going on with it. Anyway, let's have a look at the camera on the table thing. And then I'll come back and I'll just give you some closing words. Okay, so here we are. This is the Contax 139Q, and as you can see, it's super simple. Same as the RTS. We've got our control over here for shutter speed. It's not quite as beautifully refined as the RTS, but this thing just sort of spins around a bit, whereas the RTS had a lovely, the winder sort of spins a little bit. So the RTS had a nice like knurled place you could drop this end piece into, and then over the top flash you. And then here we've got the controls for the ISO. Now the ISO, you control it by just lifting it and moving it round. That dial won't move until you've done either one of two things. So you either lift this up, move it round, and if you want to change your exposure compensation, you just push this lever forward and you can click. So that's super safe. You can't really mess that up, can you? And then over here we've got our film counter, and then we've got the winding handle. I didn't forget what that was for a second. Anyway, so there it is. So super simple. Let's turn it over. Okay, so we've got our meter here. This button here is the meter. The other ones, we've got a sort of A lock. If you can hold it, push it up, so you can sort of lock off one side. Timer down here. Just push it round until the white matches on the white, and I think it's 10 seconds. 10-second timer. You've got a depth of field preview here as well, and there's your button for changing your lens, and that's literally it. It's really fundamental. Oh, and you've got like this is here for one of the types of flashes you can use on it, and that's it. There really isn't much going on with the camera. I've got a filter on there at the moment, a tungsten filter. So yeah, so super basic, not really much going on with it. Underneath you've got a thing for a winder. You've got your battery going in here. That's two SR44s or LR44s. Don't use LR44s, the lithium ones. Use SR44 on these cameras because the discharge profile, like how they drop off, as you'll find out when I talk about Olympus cameras later, is quite important. But that's it. I mean, it's really, really compact. Anyway, there you go. There you go. Oh, that's obviously, when in the center there, that's the shutter. Okay, so this is through the viewfinder of the Contax 139Q. Really basic and simple. Right hand side you've got the shutter speed. If I tap for exposure, up it comes, tells you where you are. If I adjust the aperture, that should move up and down with it. So really basic. All you sort of need to know there in one go. And that's it really. So that's it. It's not much to see, is there, really, with this? It's a very simple camera. It does exactly what you want it to do. I mean, obviously the point of photography is to take photographs, and you really don't want sometimes the technology. When I do photography and filming for a living, you don't want the technology to get in the way, and it does nowadays. You find you've got like a billion menus. You've got to spend 20 minutes reading a manual. You can literally pick this thing up, look at it, and go, okay, that's that. And then you spend all the rest of your time thinking about composing shots, what to shoot. It's a perfect camera to pop in your bag for the day. That's the other thing about older cameras. They're heavy. So things like the Olympus, which are tight, they're great cameras. They're so light, you barely notice them in your bag. You will barely notice the 138Q in your bag if you're carrying it around all day. Lens-wise, if you can get one of these, get the 51.7. They're one of the cheapest Zeiss lenses you can get. They are razor blades and amazing. I've got what's this one? This is 35. But again, you can't go wrong with this camera. And there are people that still can, as I said on the first video about the RTS, are people that can refurb them. These aren't super expensive. You see a lot of them on eBay with the leatherette went, the sort of coating went on these, some of these. They sort of erode, so people have like got funky colours on them, things like that. So yeah, you can jazz it up a bit, but it is, yeah, truly a great camera, and a lot of fun to shoot this one. Okay, thanks for watching.